Let's segue a little bit towards the world, but start with computer chess, where computers are. What's happened that you didn't expect? These are, a few people are very knowledgeable about it, but most really don't.
I became world champion in 1985, so I quit chess in 2005. So as the world champion, I was, you may say, presiding over the period where machine came from and total oblivion, so they were so weak, to virtually being unbeatable. So I don't know whether I was lucky or what. So I remember in 1985, even just before I won the match, so summer 1985, I played a simultaneous exhibition at the 32 boards against 32 computers. Okay, that's probably some,
Hard to imagine today.
Yeah, but it's, again, today, definitely for kids who are under 20, so it's something from the 19th century, it's from the Stone Age, but they were chess computers. Some of them were carrying my name, so there were 4 chess computer manufacturers, and each had 8 models. So I won all games, 32 games. So that tells you something about the strengths. So 10 years later, it was tough. Few more, it's 10 more after, 20 years later, it was virtually impossible. So I think it's people just, again, they are mistaken thinking that machine is virtually unbeatable because it sees everything. It calculates millions and millions positions per second. It has huge database. Yeah, definitely the brute force of calculation. That's why machine is so strong. But a part of that, it's also psychology. Normal human game, and it's a normal human game, even the highest level, always contains some inaccuracies. Maybe mistakes, but definitely inaccuracies. Because when we are having an upper hand, we're winning. So it's complacency. So you can't be vigilant for 6 hours. So we're doing well, and we can let our guards down. And even the game played at a World Championship match, most likely you'll find, it's 45 good moves, 4 great moves, and 1 slight inaccuracy.
There was a big moment in the recent match, right?
Oh, but there were blunders. I'm not even talking about blunders. I'm just talking about high-quality games. I cannot imagine a game with, let's say, 50 moves at the highest level without a single inaccuracy. The problem is when you face the machine, you're facing a steady hand. So, and one inaccuracy, you will not lose the game, but to win the game, you have to demonstrate precision, which is unheard in a normal human competition. So this is the greatest challenge. And because you know that, it puts even more pressure on you. So it's psychologically, it's virtually impossible to fight the machine to win. So maybe just to make draws, it's still fine for the strong player. But to win, you have to slightly adjust the rules.
So you've been out there, we did a debate at Oxford Union about technology, and you're something of a skeptic about how fast it's. Maybe I'm not saying it right, you can correct me, but that seemed like the position. But doesn't the advances in artificial intelligence impress you with what they're doing?
Whether you call it artificial intelligence, that's not the story. So it's for some form an irony, because since Alan Turing's first chess computing algorithm that he developed even without having a computer, and acted as a human CPA to write down the moves. The concept was that if machine one day, if machine plays great chess, that will constitute some form of artificial intelligence. The irony is the strongest machines 40 years later, 40, 50 years later, they do most of, it's about calculations. It's not intelligence the way it has been predicted by the great minds in the 40s and 50s, the fathers of the computer science. But maybe it doesn't have to be the way we approach the position, because machines are about calculation.
So you have a more expert eye than I ever did. When I see a machine play a person, when 2 machines play each other, it looks weird. I don't know what's on, but when I see a machine play a person, I actually can't that easily tell it's not a person, the machine. I mean, if I see a lot of games, I can't so easily tell.
No, I don't think it's a problem, just to identify the computer. It's if you have enough games, I will identify what computers, the software, because they are actually, they're quite different. So the way they play is very much based on the scale of evaluation developed by their designers. So that's why, it's not a surprise.
Here's the difference between me and Garry. So I'm told that someone who worked on developing databases showed Garry some games, and he had to pick out which are the computers and which are the humans. He goes, human, computer, human, computer, gets everyone right. How did you figure that out? Oh, well, anytime you see that they missed a 2 or 3 move combination somewhere in the game, you know it was a human. So he's just reading it through in his mind very quickly and seeing that.
Yeah, but it's again, also machines, they have a very, sort of distinctive style. So because, human...
But it's less evident against a person, I think, than
yeah, but
machines
but humans are flexible. So I know that in certain positions I have to disregard some of the key factors because others are more important. I cannot even explain that, but I know that's intuitively, from my own experience, I know that's the right way to approach the position. But in computers evaluation, if you have king safety with, say 100 points on top, so that will be always 100 points. So machine cannot be flexible in evaluating position after a long calculation. So it depends very much on what is the scale of evaluation designed by the programmers, and that's how you can identify programs designed in different countries. The machines are getting better, and it's the as for the game of chess, I doubt very much that the match. There will be volunteers to play the machines, because I still think that if you have a match, the World Champion Magnus Carlsen playing machine 8 games, and he must win 1 game to win the match, I still think he has a good chance. Because if we want to present this event as
that's very interesting.
As a social experiment, or scientific experiment, or cultural experiment. So we just have to make sure that the best human player at his finest hour can beat the machine. So it doesn't matter whether he loses other games, because again, we can't guarantee steady quality for all games. We are vulnerable for everything, for weather, for family problems, stock market crash. Machine doesn't care. So, but what we have to find out, whether we're still able to win the game at sort of the best moment. And if we agree with these rules, I think it may go on for quite a while.
No, I wouldn't have known that.
But why I think chess is important for computer science is not just to keep organizing matches, man versus machine. I believe that it's very much about merging man plus machine, because that's the game where you can have both players accompanied by the same computer, the same hardware, and I think the combination of human intuition and machine brute force of calculation could help us to understand what is the most sophisticated algorithms for the future, because machines will never close this gap. That could be the bridge can be only built with
computer
human intuition.
Human can beat a computer.
No, but you need just to make decisions, to raise the quality of decisions. You need still, it's a small portion of human intuition. So human and machines are much more powerful.